On Friday, October 17th, state government leaders, along with Mass Access members, addressed the recently created Mass Access Server Network. This network allows state government agencies and large nonprofits to broadcast video across local access stations throughout the Commonwealth. Secretary of the Office of Elderly Affairs, Mike Festa, and Belmont Media Director, Jeff Hansel, spoke at the meeting about the most recent developments in the server network.
In being Secretary of Elder Affairs, I full well know, as you do, that the senior community is very interested in programming, obviously is a key audience. And it was clear to me also in the new role I have as Secretary, the governor appointed me about a year ago now, that this is arguably the best way for my agency and the people that we talk with and deal with to get information to the public that is constructive and fundamental, frankly, to the quality of senior lives. So what we did was we plunged in a big way. I can't say enough about Jeff, by the way. I mean, Jeff's the running of that facility in Belmont, it's really a flagship place. I know that when we've gone there, we've done now 5 or 6 shows. I've lost count. But every time it's been done, top shelf, professional, and really well done with the crew he's brought together. But I will tell you this, one of the things about, we call it Senior Scene, and by the way, I'm not making this up, the original name of the show was Senior Moments, but we didn't, it just didn't seem to be a good idea, so we dropped that quick. But Senior Scene, the focus is, look, it's a half-an-hour show, and talking head shows can be deadly. I mean, we know that. And the fact is, you got to keep it animated. You got to get the subject matter. You got to grab them by the throat. And I've been blessed because, frankly, the people I've brought in, including Secretary Bigby, who HHS is, we did a fall prevention program. So we had somebody who runs a fall prevention program and just get right up there and demonstrate some of the techniques and some of the ways that seniors watching can appreciate just sort of avoiding falls and that as well. But so I would tell you that in terms of substance, we've looked at this as an opportunity to essentially provide information to the general public about a variety of programs and services, and answering fundamental questions. A lot of seniors, there's one thing I've learned, and intuitively we probably all realize this, as much as seniors are more involved than most in their communities. I mean, seniors are probably the biggest cohort of volunteers, probably in your programs, right, or in your facilities. The simple truth is that a lot of them are not aware of the benefits and the services that might be available, and some of them are just reluctant to even outreach. So I see this as an opportunity to entertain, because it's got to be fun to watch, and informative. And genuinely, I think the opportunity is not only very helpful for my agency, but I'm a true believer. I'm spreading the word to other agencies. One of the things I did was to bring John Auerbach, who is the Commissioner of Public Health, is just a great guy. And John, we did a very interesting program about flu, the flu shots and the importance of senior health and matters of that sort. And I know even while we were doing the show, it was like, oh, this is great. I can do X, Y, and Z. So I think as we get the word out to the government officials, that are doing the kind of good work that people need to be aware of and to be informed and be helped, that it's going to really spread. So I just have to say that I think you're onto something in a big way, and I want to thank you, frankly, on behalf of Governor Patrick, because I see this as genuinely the mission of government. I mean, we do a lot of things for people, but frankly, as I said before, and I want to make the point as I end here, it's painful to realize how many seniors are in their homes suffering in silence. I mean, who do not realize that there are property tax benefits for which they are entitled, but really haven't gotten to a place where they understand it and, are connected to the government in a way that gets that benefit to them. So we need to penetrate that barrier, and we've got a golden opportunity because seniors are the ones watching these shows.
Centrally, the idea of the website would be open to everybody.
Absolutely.
Absolutely open. There's no barrier you have to jump or membership fee you have to pay to get the flash portion, because we see that as really being not just something that you all can use and go to and say, what's out there, what can I download for my community, but for residents to go and find out, and get information and see the stuff, because we all know people are going to the web for content, and we want to be able to drive them to a website. They can see these programs. But I think the other thing we'd like to see happen is that if just a member of the public goes there, we can have something on there that says, want to find out about access in your community, click here, find out where your center is, and it brings them back into your community to find out about your station, to find out about the other programs that you have on in your community. But it also then drives them back and forth to the MassGov site, so that, whereas Mike was saying, better than I can say, you're connecting people to government. I mean, we all do it in our local communities, and what this project is doing it on the state level. So it's really no different than local government, but we're applying it to the state level. The difference here, and I think it's unique in the country probably, is that we're doing this sort of off the books, off budget. It's not costing the taxpayers any money. That is so important, maybe now more than ever. And for us, the government, let's say the state government, and Mass Access and all of us centers, to be able to do this and go to our constituencies and say, it's not costing you anything, we're adding value to this whole idea of PEG access. I think that's a great achievement. Everybody can solve a problem by saying, you give me this money and I'll make whatever you want me to make. We're doing something. We're taking the resources and the assets that we have and just reconfiguring them in a way to serve people, not to serve ourselves, not to serve Mike Festa's agenda or the governor's agenda, but it's to serve the people's agenda. I think that's the important part about this. So I just urge you to get through help us be patient with us as we get through the weeds of this and figure this out. But at the end of the road, I think it's going to be something very useful.